What is good, YouTube? Croeso to Ivor reactions. Now we are in part 4, the final 19 minutes of Scotland versus Australia, live on the BBC, live coverage. Oh my days, we are gonna have one hell of a finale right here. 6 points in it. Scotland have made very little errors. Australia, I don't know what's wrong with you. What's wrong with you? Why are you trying to force it? It's not going to happen. You can't force stuff to happen like that. This is not Wales you're playing against. This is Scotland. And Scotland are playing better than you. They're playing better than Wales did last week. So, last 19 minutes, let's get it in. Come on, Scotland, hold on.
Shot back on his penalised. That's a really tight call. They said it's going straight to floor. He's off his feet, so we'll have a look to see if his hands are on the ground.
Thinking as well, as we look at the action areas in the second half, the cover now for Scotland, because just hidden there is John Hardy, who's going to be coming off on a stretcher soon, which is very sad news for him and slightly worrying for Scotland, because Ryan Wilson went off early in the game. So again, it would have to be a bit of a reshuffle with Grant Gilchrist perhaps coming on, and Johnny Gray go into the back row.
Yeah, the two, Johnny will probably slip back to number 6. The beauty of Hamish Watson and John Martin is that they're comfortable in all three positions. Here's injury number 20. It initially looks like a head knock. There's a pick and go there, and then his leg just gets caught underneath him. Whether his head knock ends up maybe stunning him a little bit, and then, that's horrible, isn't it? He's damaged his left knee. It's really not nice to see, but he's under the best care. Dr. James Robson and the red there, and the medical staff here, the Scottish Rugby, but he's tough. He's tough as teeth, but that is a really horrible injury.
That's a shame. Playing well as well since coming on, and again a great back row option for Scotland. But going forward, and again with that kind of injury, it looks like that might be some time. Not nice to see. So we will have that change with Grant Gilchrist coming on. I would imagine it would be Johnny Gray moving into the back row. But again, thoughts with John Hardy. All rugby players, because it can happen so innocuously, but an injury will keep you out for some time.
Unfortunately, it's a sad part of our sport.
He played well.
He's played some great rugby today, but it's part of the game. And we saw one earlier with Coleman, who's been in great form. He went off with what looked like a nasty leg injury, so hopefully it's not as bad as it looks, and we can see him back on the field very soon.
So from the penalty after all that to Australia, the clearing kick from Reece Hodge will give Australia that attacking position. And that 6-point lead of Scotland's is looking fragile because of the amount of play that Australia have had, and now Scotland are having to improvise their pack a little bit. Pressure there on Hooper as he took the ball. But once more it has to be strong Scottish defence. Carried in by Alan Latour, the Brumbies prop, who's on. And there's Pocock, just scoops it up. Foley flips it back into Folau, always on Foley's shoulder. Just thumping away at the Scottish door again. Scotland trying to turn Pocock, and a penalty to Scotland again. The defence in many areas for Scotland has been so impressive today.
Yeah, it's Fraser Brown this time. And it's so similar. There's so many of these players who are so strong over the ball, and Fraser Brown, again a former back row, converted to hooker. He comes in, he gets over, gets his foot past the ball, it allows him to be strong enough and survive the clear out.
Fantastic work there. It's a difficult spot to be, and I think the ball, as it shifted to Pocock, Will Skelton got a little bit in front of him and wasn't able there to get the clear out as quickly as possible, and that's all it takes in Test rugby. It's just a fraction of a second and they're there over the ball in good position.
It's often fool's gold, isn't it, where you think you've maybe got half a yard and then you're just falling into the trap of the defender knowing you're coming and getting in over the ball and getting there before your support.
So Scotland just taking the time coming forward to this line out. Still a long way to go in this match though. 17 minutes remain, 6 points to lead, and Brown looks for his man in Richie Gray, and there is Hamish Watson. Gives it on to Alex Dunbar with strength from the inside centre. crashing on Barkley. Hooper eventually falls on him, and quicker pace from Scotland now, and Russell gives it away to Hogg. Hogg a little chip, and the chase is there for Visser if he can get it, but the ball beats everyone into touch. Folau was covering.
I think Folau gave him a bit of a shove then to chuck him on the floor.
Crowd boo because Folau was having a little push at Visser, but we'll have a look at it. No,
there's nothing in that at all. Nothing in that at all, but it's more pressure from Scotland. Out from that line, moving the far side. Sean Maitland, the winger, was actually at the front of the line. It was a three-plan move, and they're certainly playing some sharp attack.
Short and line out under pressure from Scotland instead, and Laidlaw has it. And Laidlaw now.
Oh, Scotland!
So Scotland with a chance. Gilchrist gives it out. Little pocket of forwards carry. Reid spreads it wide. Hamish Watson. Gold shots flying up on him, and Scotland going backwards. Watson trying to free himself, gives it to Laidlaw, to Gilchrist. Gilchrist almost straight through. Gilchrist punches a hole. Reid now, and well, the penalty to Australia, spotted by the touch judge. A bit of crossing.
It's a shame. I didn't see it.
That is how
I didn't see it.
The gap appeared.
Well, this is good play from Scotland.
It was a great passage of play after stealing the line out. Really pressure line out there for Australia, and Richie Gray got it well.
It was Gilchrist that supplied the gap, didn't he? Just outside Richie Gray. He has to make a better effort to get out of the way of that. Simmons can't make the tackle because of the actions of Richie Gray. And it's eagle eye, well spotted by this referee.
Sometimes they go unnoticed, but if you're 6'10", long here. Australia's line out better this time, and the Maul just walking forward, and suddenly it's Australia's attack. 15 minutes remaining in this game. Folau gives it on to Hodge, to Spate, and Spate watched by Maitland, but ground is made by Australia. A little fumble backwards, says the referee. Kuridrani, and Kuridrani almost stopped for a moment thinking that was forward, but Watson eventually got to him. We can see where Australia are now through Alatoa. Foley and Pocock taken down by Finn Russell. Pocock regathers. Spate gives it on, flat passing to Skelton. And the giant Waratahs man on the pitch making his presence felt. Moore, and ground being made by the Wallabies up to the edge of the 22. Spate now coming forward. Australia launching decoy runners. Foley gives it on to the giant Skelton, met by Richie Gray. What a clash. And there is Alatoa, and still Australia inch their way forward.
Press in.
Foley, little pop back into Folau. Who else? Genya. Foley, and the pass just in the tackle. They can't quite get it away. Scotland's ball. Just
Once again.
for that final sly pass, Australia.
Once again.
And a couple of times it's gone wrong. Russell
I think we're going to have a count now.
fails, and Scotland breathe, and the clock ticks away, and Moneyfield is abuzz.
It's a shame again, isn't it? Scotland's defence, so brave, so courageous, so well organised, pumping back at the feet, but they're being tested. And this is where the force in the pass between Foley and Hodge. It's a good line. I'm not sure if there's a hand gets in. Does Finn Russell get his hand in there? I'm not sure, but if you're in doubt, 10 metres from the opposition line, you keep the ball, you look after possession.
Xander Fagerson is off, and Murray Lowe comes on, and Scotland tight ahead. So all change in the front row now, and Will Genya troubling off again. A good man to come on, Nick Phipps, but Genya's not going off yet. Ball bit loose. Kuridrani finds it eventually. Scotland have to tackle and tackle again. There's a long 13 minutes remaining, and a penalty to Australia this time as well.
You could hear the referee say tackle only, wanting the player to release, and the Scottish player didn't let go of the ball, so he was left with no doubt to make that decision. And here's a big opportunity for Australia to see what they do. And looks like they're going for the line out, so they're looking for the try.
Big decision. Nick Phipps waiting to come on.
Yeah, they're going to have to go for the try. They're going to have to go for
fairly
the corner.
straightforward 3 points, but they sense weakness now, Australia, and that's a very, very good kick from Foley.
Well, if you make that decision, you have to go for broke with a kick, and he's done that back on the 5 metre line. I'm surprised. I thought they would have gone for goal, but with that outcome from their kick, then the pressure's back in Scotland.
So will Scotland challenge this line out? No, they wait for the Australian man to take it in Skelton, and then Scotland try and set their defence and move them towards touch. Ball still there though for Australia. Great work by Wallabies, advantage to Australia as well, and then the hand comes in, so there'll be penalty to the Wallabies. And the referee will beginning to lose a little bit of patience, as a few are out there.
Yes.
Might just be a chat from the referee here to Greg Laidlaw. You can hear Simon McDowell coming in there, the TMO, saying, looking to check foul play.
Yes, Simon, what do you want to show me?
I'd like to look at the actions of number 20, Gold, entering the ruck.
So 20 Gold is Will Skelton, so they're looking at Will Skelton coming into the ruck. The big screens inside Murrayfield, and Will Skelton is enormous. And so we'll have a look to see if he's entered illegally.
I think we'll be looking at a charging penalty. And what I said, looking at that, there was a directive sent out this week that players, and you can hear that the referee, players making contact with heads, and that includes high tackles, charging, leading elbows, striking or kicking, and it looked as if he charged with his shoulder after the whistle to Johnny Gray, but we'll see the pictures to prove that.
Well, let's have a look. Will Skelton again, not difficult to
Johnny, here comes.
to miss.
It's just after blow a whistle.
So watch number 20, Will Skelton. He's actually on the ground just now. Up he rises. Oh. Right, okay. On Johnny Gray by Will Skelton, 140 kilos of him. So let's hear what Simon McDowell and John Lacey think, but just wondering what you chaps
Johnny,
think.
it's coming again.
Yeah, look, it's one of those ones that you can't sort of do it, something like that out in the open. It was probably unnecessary, and you hate to see an opportunity like that ruined for a thing like that. I don't think anyone was hurt from it, but in the end, it doesn't look good, and the referee
might end up
looks like he's
with
going to make a decision here, and I think it's going to go against Australia.
It's tragic, isn't it? It's a clear yellow card, at least.
Well, it's foolish again. We stress these things. I would say they look worse in slow motion.
Right decision. Good decision, yeah.
Just because of the way he led with his shoulder, so that's 140 kilos leaving the field for 10 minutes. That's just about his game done, and foolish as much as anything else, James.
Yeah, it's disappointing to have such a great attacking opportunity ruined by something like that. You know, he's obviously this is his first time in the team for a little while, so he's keen to make an impact. He's keen to make a difference, and you know the excitement levels are up, and he just probably went a little bit too far there. And now the Wallabies have got to defend with 14 men for 10 minutes.
It's such a crucial area of the field to clear out, and they're looking to make the game as safe as possible. So when you clear out, you have to use your arms. You can't lead with the shoulder, and that was a clear lead into Johnny Gray. But for me, it's the right decision.
Well, what an opportunity Scotland have now. A 6-point lead and a man advantage. Alex Dunbar is off in the midfield, and Peter Horne has come on. Now Will Skelton will be furious with himself. Gilchrist takes it down, flings it back to Laidlaw. And there is Hamish Watson. Gilchrist. Laidlaw deep to Hogg, again just steps on, decides to have a little run himself, under pressure now though. Blue shirts trying to arrive. There's Johnny Gray. Russell gets it away under big serious pressure. Flow waiting, takes it casually and gives it on to Dane Haley-Petty. Little step into Watson and Jones. And there the new scrum half, Nick Phipps, gives it wide. Carried in by Alalatoa. The pass taken well by Hodge. So they're a man down, but perhaps they feel a sense of grievance, and they can do this against the tide. Australia, carried in by Kuridrani. Pass just taken by Dean Munn. Moore feels the heads of Barkley, but gets it away well, and Foley's there, finds support in Hodge. Hodge now, and the ball spills. Chance for Scotland to counter perhaps now. Stuart Hogg. And Hogg fancies a run himself, goes out to Visser. Visser's got to try and beat, and Visser trying to get away, and a foot just in touch as he gets the kick. Gets the kick away, so Maitland's chase to no avail. Back they'll come. I think Hogg looked up and saw the forwards out wide, and he and Visser tried to get away, but it was good covering by Australia.
Great coverage from Dean Munn. He's a very quick player, he's deceivingly quick. And Tim
once again,
seen the forward coming across, and he's thought he'd have it for all money. But Dean Munn's done a great effort there, and he's put a foot on touch and forced a turnover in crucial position, which could have been very dangerous for the Wallabies.
It's good scanning with Stuart Hogg, wasn't it? Everyone in front of us here in the West Stand was pointing furiously to kick downfield, but he knew there was space on the edge, keeping calm under all this pressure. And well, as you said already, said James, Dean Munn, a really good tackle, and Tim Visser.
Australia's line out taken down well by Munn, and they try and just get a maul going with Moore steering. Not going anywhere just now, and then slip to Phipps, scoops it high. And Visser coming forward, beautiful take by Dane Haley-Petty. So Australia again, Foley, and Hodge tries to pick it up. Jones complains that he was obstructed, but Australia's ball. 8 minutes to go, and John Barkley this time penalised. And a talking to. So last warning for John Barkley.
Ooh.
He's been effective, so effective, John Barkley, in and debate then, and just as he took the ball, John Leslie said he's off your feet, 6, leave it, but it was almost simultaneously with his action, so he couldn't then pull out of his action. He's getting his warning. The warning is his last time. If he does it again, he'll be going with a yellow card. But that's how back row players play, right in the edge.
So Tom Robertson is on.
Who the hell drinks wine at a rugby game?
Australia.
They just went to the crowd, there's a woman there with a glass of wine.
Ball again.
Nah, love, nah. Have a pint, a can,
Taken down
or
by
a bottle.
once more.
That's the only thing
Through
you can have.
Pocock, and there is Robertson. Quick pass, Phipps, and Kuridrani took it well behind him. An advantage to Australia as well. Penalty coming, Phipps. So Australia a man down, but still they have the ball. Still they have all the momentum.
Nice
Petty looking for this one.
Oh.
Takes it away. No one takes the challenge as well. And Hogg, well, looked to take the man in the air, but Pocock carries it in. Still advantage to Australia. Carried in by Simmons. Phipps gives it out to Moore. And there was a back for the advantage. Well, it seems a little bit closer to the posts than where the initial offence was, but he's checking with his touch judge.
Wouldn't play advantage because you were entering first offence offside.
I think he was saying offside from the line out, and the back line came up a little bit too early. You could see Scotland in the warm-up were practising that exact play from Australia, and you could see that Scotland, I think they just got a little bit keen on this part of the game.
What a fascinating match. Australia a man down, still with hopes of a Northern Hemisphere Grand Slam matches against Ireland, England to come. They're 6 points adrift. They are attacking with 14 men, and Pocock. Scotland don't engage initially, and then punch Australia back. So Moore slips it to Phipps. Phipps to Foley. Foley to Kuridrani.
Oh no!
Kuridrani for the line. The tackle, the stretch, the try for Tavita. Kuridrani.
What a carry from Tavita Kuridrani. That's what he can do so well. He gets in there, breaks the first man, and hopefully, or maybe, he's got the ball down.
Well, that is a try, and it's under the post. It will be a 7-point try, the conversion to come, but surely Australia will lead with 5 minutes to go. And what a try from Tavita Kuridrani.
That was a good run from him,
It's all power, isn't it? Scotland initially
Johnny,
defended the line
hell of a try, mate,
and
but
the instinct of Australia to play the ball
you
from
broke the heart. You broke the heart of Australia. You broke the heart of
gets him outside Peter Horn.
Scotland.
Stuart puts a great tackle.
That was a great spin.
That composure.
Great reach out for the line.
Tavita Kudranic is at the top draw. Look at that. He gets outside Peter Horn, inside Hugh Jones. And then under that good tackle, he stretches, using his whole body to reach the line.
And the picture there, Hogg with a tackle and Peter Horn with the exasperation and the beating of the ground in frustration. But what an effort. That's try scoring at the highest order from Kudranic. Brilliant. So, 4.5 minutes to go, and the conversion attempt from Foley.
Go on, Foley, slice it.
This
Slice
is taking
it.
you to the heart of the
Just slice it, go on. Just slice it. I bloody dare you, go on, but slice it.
That was a brilliant try.
Achoo! Oh, yeah, bastard.
4 minutes to go, and Australia leads at Murrayfield. Despite the absence of Will Skelton, their Grand Slam hopes are still alive. Now, can Scotland respond? They've done so much good in this game, but this was a wonderful try.
It was just the realisation as we've gone quick, Scotland going quick.
Spate takes the restart. So Scotland have to put the pressure on now.
Australia, if you win this, you are jammy as
fuck.
fuck.
Choose man of the match who he's thinking about. Often has to go to someone on the winning side, and that matter has yet to be
Go on,
settled.
go on, Scotland. Go on, you deserve this, boys. You deserve to get the win.
Man disadvantage really hasn't hurt Australia too much. But 3 minutes remaining. Russell. Reid gives it on to Watson, not too much out there, and Watson under pressure now. Barkley slips it to Gilchrist, and Kudranic with a physical tackle. Cries of support around Murrayfield as Horn tries to slip through. Barkley to Johnny Gray, to Russell, to Gilchrist, but all behind the gain line. 6 phases, and now looking for space out wide. Jones to Hogg, he has to jig and reset himself. Australia's defence being tested, but equal to it at the moment. Johnny Gray. Scotland, a penalty would do them. 2 minutes to go, and wide it goes to Watson. In great defence, and the ball lost forward, and Australia's ball.
Hands away!
Wonderful defence by the Wallabies.
Knock on advantage.
So Kudranic just looks to dig for it, but then leaves it to Phipps. And so we'll have a scrum, and it's Australia's ball.
Forward first.
And the clock now, the friend of the Wallabies.
Yeah, look, I think that's shown some great patience there against Scotland, and just in the end, a little handling error.
He's back on.
And Will Skelton comes back on for the last minute and a half. He'll be looking to make a difference now.
And in that time, in his sin binning, Australia have scored a converted try. So again, sometimes it can. I mean, the momentum was with Australia anyway, but it really did tend to galvanise
is one penalty.
Australia. And
Australia, they've been playing our shot.
Dearly, he would love the New Zealand and a win over Australia.
With the way that they've been conceding penalties now. They've been playing sloppily in that sense. They're fumbling all the time. They don't deserve this win. In my opinion, they don't.
But with a minute to go,
so we want Scotland to just get this penalty or get a try and just come back. It was a minute left on the clock.
For the Wallabies here would be a penalty from a dominant scrum.
Bind. Set.
Scotland getting a bit of a shot, and then it crumples, and Australia have it, and they have the... Well, no, John Leite looks like he was about to give the penalty, then gave scrum again. But again, the clock continues to tick.
That's a good result for Australia to have a reset. As you said, takes time off the clock, and then it'll be. This will probably be the last play.
Quickly, man of the match.
Well, such a tough call, but Hugh Jones has been outstanding. He scored 2 tries. He saved a try as well. Some of the guys in the
He's been the best player on the pitch. He has.
It looks like they're going to go ahead and win the game. Talk Hooter, but for me, the man of the match is Hugh Jones.
And the clock is red, so one final scrum for Australia will do it. The Scotland will hope for the miracle of a penalty somehow, that they could knock over anything. Free kick to Scotland.
Oh, it's home.
One final desperate attempt for Scotland now to win this game.
Come on, Scotland.
Penalty would do them.
Come on, boys.
Carried in by Barkley, so Australia's defence now is marshalled. How will Scotland play this? A loose pass from Laidlaw, but carried in well by Murray Lowe. Once more the rallying cries around Murrayfield and Johnny Gray. Once more the golden tackles come firing in, and Scotland from deeper now. They're actually heading backwards. Hamish Watson. And soon even a penalty will be a stretch. Russell gives it wide. Hugh Jones carries.
Onside skipper.
Johnny Gray, some tired bodies and indecision now for Scotland. And Australia's defence continues to send it back. Gilchrist looking for options.
Use it 9.
Barkley
No hands.
sets it back. Still thin slivers of hope for Scotland, but look where they are now inside their own half. Comes back slowly, and Australia's defensive line is solid. Deeper still it goes now for Scotland, for Russell. Russell tries to make his way through and does, and the offload doesn't quite go to hand. Still with Scotland. One pass that was needed. There has to be ambition, but care as well as Gordon Reid carries it on. On to Hogg now. Little step, Hogg, and Scotland make ground again.
On Scotland.
Fraser Brown, hands secure on the ball, laid back now. Australia competing for it, but Laidlaw, quicker ball to play with. Watson gives it wide to Russell.
Come on, boys.
Barkley, a little slip, and picked up by Visser, and Visser trying to keep it alive. Still there just for Scotland. Near enough 3 minutes of dead time, and Richie Gray into the fray again. Russell. "15 phases of torture for the Murrayfield crowd and Johnny Gray."
Come on, Scotland.
A pause, a momentary pause from Laidlaw. Gives it to Gordon Reid. And Scotland beginning to make just a little bit of ground. Far too far out for the drop goal. Carried in by Murray Lowe.
No. Offside, no 6.
Once more, Hugh Jones. Laid back and then lost and then out.
Oh,
And
no.
hope for Scotland over the victory for Australia. It ends after 19 phases of trying. Battering away at the Australian defence. It ends in defeat. It ends in smiles and celebrations for Australia, for the Wallabies. And beaten men on the ground for Scotland. But what a match. What a match.
What a test match. Great team Murrayfield. Incredible. The players are out on their feet. You see them there. The Scottish guys. 3 minutes of edit.
Don't believe it. I actually wanted Scotland to win that because they deserved it. Oh man. Australia, you are jammy as fuck. I'm not even joking, boys. I'm not. Australia were the better team. No, not Australia. No, fuck. Australia. Did I just say Australia was the better team? No. Scotland were the better team. But, you know, Foley, you know, his kicking, it was on point today. Kept him in touch. I can't believe it. Can't believe it. I mean, this part was only meant to be about 20 odd minutes long. It's now gone on for 30 because of the amount of stoppages and everything that's gone on in the game, and the extra time on the end. And Scotland, don't be disheartened by this loss. You played absolutely fan-fucking-tastic. You play like that in the Six Nations, you're going to go places. You might even contest it. Right, anyway, this was my live reaction to Scotland versus Australia. Final score, Scotland 22, Australia 23. 1 point in it. The better side lost. That's what I got to say. You've been watching Ivor reactions. I've been Mike. I need to drown my sorrows now because I got actually emotionally involved in that game. But right, Scotland, right, Celtic brothers, no, yeah, you guys, you had a great game. Move forward with the progress you've made in this game now. Don't take this defeat bad. Right, you guys are good enough. You're good enough, right? Can't believe it. Right, if you enjoyed my reaction to this entire game, please like, comment and subscribe. Do you know what? I really can't believe it. Right, I'm going to put all the links to each video, each part, in the description so you can check out part 1, part 2, part 3, and this has been part 4. So, I shall catch you now for the Welsh Argentina versus Wales game, which I will be drinking for. And it's getting a bit dark in here, so I might have to fucking fiddle around with the lights or something. Right. Australia, jammy bastards. Right. Catch you later. Peace.